Hello friends, myself Rasika Pagaria from Araham College. In last lecture, we studied about the principles of historical materialism. In that first we studied that is the history is based on materialism. See, मार्क्स ने क्या किया, उसने हेगेलियन कंसेप्ट जो क्या उसने वो रिजेक्ट किया और हिज इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ हिस्ट्री और उसका जो इंटरप्रिटेशन है हिस्ट्री को लेके इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन द मटेरियलिज्म. According to Marx, change and development of society takes place according to the objective laws, not according to divine laws. Then second point is the progress is determined by the material conditions. See, the determinant of historical phenomena is economic conditions. See, अभी जो determinant है it is based upon the economic condition. Production, exchange and distribution decides the nature of society and policies. See, प्रोडक्शन एक्सचेंज ये सब क्या डिसाइड करते हैं, पॉलिसी वगैरह डिसाइड करते हैं. सी, द एंटायर नेशनल लाइफ इज कंडीशनड बाय द मटेरियल कंडीशन. टू कोट मार्क्स, ऑल द पॉलिटिकल, social and intellectual relations, the religion and legal system are theoretical outlook which emerge in course of history are derived from the material condition of life. See, अभी the entire nation life क्या है, it is a material condition and it is a just emerge as a course of history. Then to bring about any substantial change in the society, one must change the material foundation of the society. Marx pointed out how a particular class which gets control of means of production will dominate the rest. It will use political power along with its economy might be oppressed other and thus create a revolutionary situation. This is demonstrated by the fact that class war have been the main theme of history. Then Marx predict revolution of the laboring class against the bourgeoisie. See, according to him, change in production relation call for the change in the whole social system and political order. पहले क्या था, फर्स्ट देयर वाज अ स्लेव सिस्टम एंड इट वाज द स्लेव इन द सी इन परमिटिव कम्युनिटी सिस्टम द मीन्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन वर सोशली ओन्ड. इन स्लेव सिस्टम क्या है, स्लेव्स एंड मास्टर्स, टू क्लासेस, they were the slaves were the owner of the production. And in the federal system, federal lords own the means of production. Federal lords purchased the labor of serf. Industrial revolution changed the economic and political scene of the society. The future revolution between laboring class and bourgeoisie will create a new socialist society that would be a classless and stateless society. Then basic assumptions. The complex basic assumptions पे अपन ने क्या देखा, it is based on the philosophy of human history but it is not a philosophical of history. Then society as an interrelated whole. See, Marx was of the view कि this whole society is interconnected and it is interrelated with each other. Like अभी उसमें क्या आते हैं, social group, institution, beliefs, doctrine within it are integrally related. Therefore, he studied their interrelations rather than treating them separately or in isolation. See, changeable nature of society. Marx views society as inherent mutable, in which changes are produced largely by internal contradictions and conflict. Such change, if observed in a large number of instances, according to Marx, show a sufficient degree of regularity to allow the formulation of general statement about their cause and consequences, human nature and social relationship. There is one another assumption behind historical materialism, without which the theory cannot be held together. Marx, according to Marx क्या है, there is no permanent persistence of human nature. Human nature is neither originally evil nor originally good. It is in original potential. If human nature is what human being makes history with, then at the same time it is the human nature which they make, and human nature is potentially revolutionary. Human will be not a passive reflection of event but contains the power to rebel against circumstances in the prevailing limitations of human nature. Now moving towards the next point, that is the criticism of materialistic interpretation of history. Now that we have dealt with the fundamental and the conclusion of history of historical materialism, the time has come to make a critical appraisal of it. See, baselessness. अब ये अपन इतना मटेरियलिस्टिक के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, कुछ उसके भी ड्रॉबैक्स रहेंगे. तो फर्स्ट ड्रॉबैक इज द baselessness. The first objection is that this view is not more than a mere theory without any proof. See, सबसे पहला ऑब्जेक्शन क्या है, ये थ्योरी जो बनी है बिना किसी प्रूफ के बनी है, राइट. इसका कुछ प्रूफ है ही नहीं, बस ऑब्जर्वेशंस पे सारा बना है विदाउट एनी प्रूफ. A philosophical theory of history ought to be based upon observation of contemporary events and historical facts and should be applicable to other times also. See, a philosophical theory of history क्या है, it is based upon certain observations of contemporary events and historical facts and should be applicable to other times also. Either it should be formulated on the basis of historical events, being in addition applicable to events of the present and the future, or it should have been deducted and inferred from a prior premises based upon a series of scientific, philosophical and logical principle. See, अब ये क्या बोल रहे हैं, ये बिना किसी प्रूफ की बनी है. इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन ओनली ऑब्जर्वेशंस ऑफ सर्टन इवेंट्स, हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स. ये एप्लीकेबल से सब एप्लीकेबल हो उस वक्त ठीक था, उसके ऊपर ही सारी थ्योरी है. बट उसके अलावा इधर ये प्रॉपरली फॉर्मुलेट होनी चाहिए थी एंड इट शुड हैव सम हिस्टोरिकल एविडेंस, और उसके ऊपर एप्लीकेबल इवेंट्स वगैरह, प्रेजेंट में ये इवेंट्स फ्यूचर में ऐसे हो सकता है, और या फिर कुछ बातें उन्होंने डिडक्ट की होती. तो प्रॉपर अगर ये सब कुछ वो सीरीज ऑफ साइंटिफिक, फिलोसॉफिकल एंड लॉजिकल प्रिंसिपल से काम करते हैं. द थ्योरी ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल मटेरियलिज्म डज नॉट फुलफिल द कंडीशन ऑफ एनी ऑफ द अबव मेंशन्ड मेथड्स. ये जो थ्योरी है, द थ्योरी ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल मटेरियलिज्म डज नॉट फुलफिल द कंडीशन ऑफ एनी ऑफ द अबव मेंशन्ड मेथड. Neither the historical event of the times of Marx and the Engels can be explained on its base. See, ना ही हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट, ना ही कार्ल मैक्स का, ना ही एंगल्स का अपन एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते ऑन इट्स बेस. एज एंगल हिमसेल्फ हैज एडमिटेड. सी, ये एंगल खुद एडमिट कर रहा है कि बाबा नहीं कर पाए हम लोग अच्छे से. एंगल सेज दैट he and Marx made a mistake in emphasizing the importance of the economic factor in some of their works. See, एंगल खुद बोलता है कि उसने और मैक्स ने they had made a mistake in emphasizing the importance of the economic factor in some of their work. But he added they were saved from the error in case of their analysis of contemporary events where they are confronted with historical reality itself. See, but he added that, but उसने ये भी ऐड किया कि बाबा वो बच गए थे, वो लोग एक एरर करने से बच गए थे जहाँ पे वो एनालाइज करते हैं कंटेम्प्रेरी इवेंट्स वेयर दे वेर कन्फर्म्ड विथ हिस्टोरिकल रियलिटी इटसेल्फ, नॉर द हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट्स दैट ऑकर्ड ड्यूरिंग थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ईयर्स ऑफ ह्यूमन हिस्ट्री कन्फर्म दिस थ्योरी. सी, नॉट द हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट्स, ना ही कोई हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट उस वक्त ऑकर हुआ था वो वापस कुछ ऐसे होगा, वो भी नहीं. इट इज़ अमेजिंग टू रीड द राइटिंग ऑफ सम फॉलोअर ऑफ मार्क्सिज्म who dogmatically try to explain the past history in the height of historical materialism and read their master's opinion into the page of history, for instance in the book History of Ancient World. It is amazing to read the writing of some followers, but फिर भी क्या है, अभी इसके जो फॉलोवर्स है मार्क्सिज्म के, वो अपना अच्छे से बोलते पास्ट हिस्ट्री, try to explain the past history in the light of historical materialism and read their मास्टर्स ओपिनियन इनटू द पेज ऑफ हिस्ट्री, और वो अपने मास्टर्स के ओपिनियन अच्छे से रीड करता है उनकी खुद कौन सी बुक में, बुक ऑफ द एंशियंट वर्ल्ड। फिर भी उसकी बुक बहुत अच्छी है ऐसे लिखने को, पढ़ने को। नाउ रिविजन ऑफ व्यूज बाय इट्स फाउंडर। I have repeatedly mentioned that Marx terms economic foundation of society, the infrastructure and the other of its constitution as the superstructure. See, revision of views by its founder, ये क्या है? I have repeatedly mentioned. मार्क्स क्या बोलता है? मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ। ये जो मैक्स टर्म, ये पहले भी अपन बोले कि मैक्स जो टर्म कर रहा है इकोनॉमिक फाउंडेशन ऑफ सोसाइटी, the infrastructure and other of its constituents as the superstructure. ये क्या है? Economic foundation of society, the infrastructure and other of its constitution as the superstructure. This interpretation is evidently enough to show one-sided dependency of all the other structure on the economic basis. ये this interpretation is evidently enough. अब ये जो इंटरप्रिटेशन है ये अपने को बस होता है दिखाने के लिए कि पापा वन साइड डिपेंडेंसी ऑफ ऑल द अदर स्ट्रक्चर इन ऑन इकोनॉमिक बेस। मोरओवर मैक्स एक्सप्लेन्स इन मेनी ऑफ हिज राइटिंग quote earlier that the influence in this relationship is unilateral. That is, the economic factors are always the influencing factor while all the other mode are passively influenced. Moreover, Marx explain क्या करता है in many of his writing. Moreover, Marx explains in many of his writing quoted earlier जो influencing है that the influence in this relationship is unilateral. ये जो influence है in the relationship is unilateral. That is, the economic factors are always the influencing factor. That is, ये जो economic factors है these are the influencing factor while all the other social modes are passively influenced. See, while all other social modes are passively influenced, the economic factor act independently and other factor are dependent on them. See, ये जो economic factors है they act independently. Economic factors act independently and other facts are dependent on them. No matter in whatever way Marx interpret in his basic thesis, this theories always affirm the priority of matter over soul. See, sorry, no matter in whatever way मैक्स ने किसी भी तरह से इंटरप्रेट किया रहेगा ये थीसिस के बारे में but they are priority of matter over soul. The priority of material needs over intellectual needs, the priority of human sociology over human philosophy and the priority of action over thoughts. See, अब priority of matter important है सोल से ज़्यादा. So he has given priority of matter over soul, priority of material need over intellectual needs, then the priority of human sociology over human psychology and the priority of action over thought. But Marx in many of his writing has raised another issue on the basis of dialectical logic. See, but Marx ने क्या किया in many of his writing, Marx ने in many of his writing he has raised another issue on the basis of dialectical logic, which may be regarded as a revision of his view and also a kind of departure from absolute historical materialism. See, which may be regarded as a revision of his view and also a kind of departure from absolute historical materialism. That issue is related to the problem of reciprocal cautions. See, that issue, ये सारे issues किससे related है? They are related to the reciprocal cautions. According to the principle of reciprocal causation, the cause-effect relationship should not be regarded as one-side process. See, according to the, अब ये जो reciprocal cautions पे अपन बात कर रहे हैं, ये cause and effect relation should be क्या है? एक वन साइड प्रोसेस नहीं माना जाता है, ये दोनों तरफ चलता है. जैसे अपन ने बोला सी आपने गाड़ी ली, हाँ, अभी गाड़ी में आपको पेट्रोल तो डालना ही पड़ेगा, भले पेट्रोल का दाम बढ़ो तो क्या है, अब पेट्रोल का दाम बढ़ा तो क्या करोगे, आप पेट्रोल तो भराओगे ही ना, राइट. बस गाड़ी यूज़ करते वक्त ध्यान से यूज़ करोगे, लाइक थोड़ा सा पास में जाना तो आप चलते जाओगे। तो क्या है, एवरीथिंग हैज़ अ कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप। अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रेसिप्रोकल कॉशन, द कॉज इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप should not be regarded as one-side process. If A is the cause of change in B, in the same way B also in its turn become the cause of A. See, अगर A की वजह से B चेंज हो रहा है, तो अगर B में कुछ चेंज हुआ तो प्लस वापस A को भी चेंज होना पड़ेगा, A भी चेंज होता है. So this is the cause and effect relationship. According to this principle, there is a kind of reciprocal causal relation between all parts of nature and all parts of society. See, according to this principle, उस principle के मुताबिक क्या है, there is a kind of reciprocal cause relationship between all parts of nature and all parts of society. For the time being, I am not concerned here with the validity or invalidity of this dialectical principle interpreted in this form. See, for the time being, फिलहाल के लिए, he is not concerned whether it is valid or invalid of the dialectical principle interpreted in this form. But we may say that according to this principle, the suggestion of priority of one thing over the other is meaningless with regard to causal relationship between two things like matter and spirit, or action and thought, or economic base and all other social institutions. See? But we may say that according to this principle, it is suggestion of priority of one thing over the other is meaningless. And with regard to causal relation between two things like matter and spirit, or action and thought, economic base and all other social institution. Because if two things are interrelated and dependent upon each other for their existence, and the existence of one is conditioned by that of the other, the question as to which is prior to fundamental is meaningless. See, because if two things are interrelated, अगर दो चीज़ें इंटररिलेटेड रही और डिपेंडेंट रही ईच अदर पे फॉर द एग्जिस्टेंस, तो फिर एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ वन इज कंडीशन बाय that of the other. The question as to which is prior or fundamental is meaningless. Now, Marx in some of his statement considers all social process, essential or non-essential, are based upon economic factors and has not suggested the effect of superstructure on the infrastructure as referred to earlier. See, Marx इन सम ऑफ स्टेटमेंट, मैक्स ने उसके कुछ स्टेटमेंट में कंसिडर किया है ऑल सोशल प्रोसेस, पूरे सोशल प्रोसेस के बारे में बोला है. इसेंशियल नॉन इसेंशियल आर बेस्ड अपॉन इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर एंड हैज़ नॉट सजेस्टेड द इफेक्ट ऑफ सुपरस्ट्रक्चर और द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज रेफर टू अर्लियर. However, in some of his statement, he accepts a reciprocal cause and effect relationship between the infrastructure and superstructure, but maintains the basic and ultimate role is played on the base. See, बहुत से स्टेटमेंट में क्या हुआ है, उसने ये रेसिप्रोकल कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप बोला है बिटवीन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड द सुपरस्ट्रक्चर, बट उसके अलावा ही मेंटेन्स द बेसिक एंड अल्टीमेट रोल इज प्लेड ऑन दैट बेस. मतलब उसने बेस को भी इम्पोर्टेंस दिया है और जो कुछ भी करना है वो बेस पे ही किया है उसने. इन द बुक रिवॉल्यूशनिज्म फ्रॉम मार्क्स टू मेयो, टू वर्क्स ऑफ मार्क्स, द कैपिटल एंड द साइट्रिकी ऑफ पॉलिटिकल इकोनॉमी आर कंपेयर्ड. See, in this book, in the book Revolutionism from Marx to Mayo, two works of Marx, the capital and the satiric of political economy, are compared. The author, while stating that in both the work, Marx regard the economic base as unilateral, determining the entire social structure, says. See, the author, while stating that, अब ये जो ऑथर है जब बोलते वक्त इन बोथ द वर्क मार्क्स रिगार्ड द इकोनॉमिक बेस एज यूनिलैटरल, इकोनॉमिक बेस को क्या बोल रहे हैं, यूनिलैटरल बोल रहे हैं, एंड इट डिटरमाइंस द एंटायर सोशल स्ट्रक्चर. सेज इन स्पाइट ऑफ दिस, मार्क्स consciously or unconsciously has added a new dimension to this definition by stating that superstructure, despite primacy of the base over superstructure, can play an essential role in the society. In spite of this, क्या है? Max cautiously or unconsciously has added a new dimension to his definition. उसने एक नया डायमेंशन दिया है उसके डेफिनेशन को, जहाँ पे वो बोल रहा है सुपर स्ट्रक्चर बाय स्टेटिंग दैट सुपर स्ट्रक्चर डिस्पाइट प्राइमेसी ऑफ द बेस ओवर सुपर स्ट्रक्चर कैन प्ले एन इसेंशियल रोल इन द सोसाइटी. The author further asks, what is difference between the predominant function or determining role that the economic infrastructure always plays and the essential role played by the superstructure. See, now अभी यहाँ पे the author future further ask, अभी author आगे पूछता है what is the difference between the predominant function. Difference क्या है predominant function or determining the role that the economic infrastructure always plays and the essential role played by the superstructure. See, and the economic infrastructure always plays and the essential role played by the superstructure. It means that if the superstructure occasionally plays the essential role, it becomes the main determining and governing factor. See, it means that इसका मतलब क्या है, अगर ये superstructure occasionally plays the essential role, अगर ये superstructure क्या है टाइम टाइम पे ज़रूरी काम करता है, it becomes the determining and governing factor. See, वो क्या बन जाता है, it becomes the main determining and governing factor. In such cases, it may even be said that what we call the superstructure is not the superstructure. उस केस में क्या हो गया, अभी it may be said that if जो अपन superstructure बोल रहे हैं वो में भी superstructure रहे भी नहीं, but is really the infrastructure or the base. But really क्या रह सकता है, it can be an infrastructure or the base, and what we call the infrastructure is the superstructure. जिसको अपन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बोल रहे हैं वो सुपरस्ट्रक्चर भी हो सकता है. इट मे बी इवन दैट सेड दैट जिसको अपन सुपरस्ट्रक्चर बोल रहे हैं वो सुपरस्ट्रक्चर नहीं भी हो सकता है, वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी हो सकता है या बेस भी हो सकता है, और जिसको अपन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बोल रहे हैं कभी कभार वो भी सुपरस्ट्रक्चर हो सकता है. I think we'll wind up our lecture here. In next lecture, we'll be starting with the third point, that is the contradiction of necessary correspondence between base and the superstructure. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में भी ये टॉपिक शायद ख़त्म हो जाए, होपफुली. लेट्स से विल ट्राई टू फिनिश दिस टॉपिक इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. You can read the topic well. If you have any doubt, you can mail me on my mail ID. My mail ID is rasika.pagaria@arahamedu.in. Thank you.